Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about Edinburgh's witch history. I like that title, Edinburgh's witch history. It's kind of, funny. Anyway, that's not exactly what I was going to talk about today. I was going to continue my journey on Arthur's Seat. I was going to show you the three sort of main routes to get to the very top. I had decent shoes on to climb up to the top, and as you can see behind me, that's Arthur's Seat right there. You can't see the top because the mist has came in and the fog has came in, or what's called the North Sea Har has came in, and you can't see it. Have a look at how much you cannot see Arthur's Seat. So, like there, see that's St Anthony's Chapel there. It's about the same distance I zoomed in and filmed it last time we went up. You can hardly see it, and that's it. Arthur's Seat is there, somewhere. I can't see it. It's completely gone. And there's Salisbury Crags there, but again the top of that's already starting to disappear, so we ain't doing that today. So yes, instead we are going to do a little bit of Edinburgh's witch history. Now, I'm not going to tell specific Edinburgh witch stories really, because I don't really know a lot of them. So I'm just going to show you some areas to do with Edinburgh witches really, because Edinburgh's got quite a sordid past with witches really, or at least the torture of supposed witches. I should actually say as well, since we made the St Anthony's Chapel video, like a week later, some very clever young person has went up and graffitied all over it. 400- or 500-year-old building, ruin, has now got graffiti all over it. They've cordoned it off and they're going to try to remove it. I don't know how they're going to remove it, because obviously it's a ruin. They'd have to be careful on how they're going to do it. But yeah, so that was clever of whoever did that. And also, like 2 days ago, Salisbury Crags was on fire. Wouldn't matter if it happened today, it would have went out probably. So yeah, we're going to do Edinburgh's witch history. But first, we're going to start at the top of the Royal Mile at Edinburgh Castle. But we've got to get there. And here we are. Edinburgh Castle, top of the Royal Mile. Just to show you how misty it is and how foggy it is, that's the castle right behind me. Looking good. Anyway, so the reason we came here is because as soon as you start on the Esplanade, right there, that's the Royal Mile Esplanade, Royal Mile Esplanade, Royal Mile Esplanade. If you turn right, as soon as you get onto the Esplanade, there's a small fountain in the wall. I'm going to go down and have a look at it in a second, but when I arrived there's two ladies sitting down just having a cigarette at it, so I can't go there right now. So we'll wait till I finish a cigarette, because it'd be rude of me to say, excuse me, do you mind moving, so that I can film my vlog. Be a little bit rude. We'll talk about Edinburgh witch history. And it does have a lot. Edinburgh from about the 15th century to the 18th century killed a lot of people who were accused of being a witch. The reason that fountain has been built there is because somewhere round about here, here, somewhere round about here, up to 300 women were burnt at the stake for being a witch. That's a lot. That's a lot of people. And that's only in this area. There's lots of areas round about Edinburgh. I'll jump to a couple of them where witch killings happen. You weren't just told you're a witch and then you were killed. You were accused of being a witch and you would get a witch trial. Hence the name witch trial. And the trials were usually consisted of some sort of evidence, usually verbal, people saying, oh, I saw this person dancing naked in the forest. I saw this person doing this, I saw this, something like that. I don't know. I wasn't there. But inevitably, the people that were being accused of the witch, it would come under one of three things. Number one, they were a herbalist of some sort. So, usually for medicine and things like that. So obviously that would be accused of being a witch. Two, they would have some sort of mental illness, which would make them act oddly. So obviously they were possessed by Satan. So they would be accused of being a witch. And thirdly, someone had a grudge against you. It was a great way to get rid of someone you didn't like. Accuse them of being a witch, they'd go on a witch trial, and then invariably they'd get found of being a witch. I know very few, in fact I don't know any stories of anyone who was accused of being a witch and then wasn't killed for being a witch. So there's loads of ways that they would trial them. Loads of ways. I'm tempted to just be standing here talking to you now instead of wandering, but we will go to different areas. They would get duked, for one. It was kind of like a seesaw over a big barrel, massive barrel of water, so they would get seesaw and swung and duked, and generally they get that for a couple of times, and then they'd be brought up and said, "Are you a witch?" And they'd go, "No." So they'd get it another couple of times, and then bring them up and go, "Are you a witch?" And they go, "No." They get another couple of times, "Are you a witch?" And they go, "No." I do it another couple of times. "Are you a witch?" "No." I do it another couple of times. "Are you a witch?" "Alright, I'm a witch." And then you'd get killed. So essentially they were tortured into it. That's just one of the ways. Another one that is really quite brutal is the barrel. They would be put in a barrel, just a standard barrel, with nails hammered into it poking inwards. You'd get put in the barrel and you get rolled down the Royal Mile. Now remember, not only do you get rolled down in a barrel that's covered in nails, the Royal Mile's cobbled, and was then as well. Obviously, they didn't have a lot of tarmacs back then. Not a lot. So you'd be rolled down this cobbled hill with nails, and if you survived that and got to the bottom and you were asked if you were a witch and you said no, they'd bring you back up to the top and do it again. Good Scots justice. So that's just two of the ways that, you know, you would get trialed for being a witch. There's many others. I should say it's February 28th. It's about 7 degrees Celsius right now. So it's not cold, actually. My hat's a bit warm on my head, to tell you the truth. New thermal hat, see? And it's maybe a little bit too thermal. So there's Princess Street right there, and you can't really see past Princess Street. So there you go, there's Princess Street right there. That's Princess Street Gardens right there. That used to be the Nor Loch. We'll be going to that in a second. There's Princess Street, and there's the rest of the new town of Edinburgh, which you can't see right now. Maybe just the top of George Street there, maybe just, but after that, someone has stolen the Firth of Forth, and the Kingdom of Fife seems to have disappeared. Let's go to the other side. I haven't actually filmed a lot from this side, so you've not really got any frame of reference, but you can see that I can't see very far at all. See that yellow building right there? Can you see it? I can't tell if I'm looking at it. Right there, let me zoom in. There we go, see that yellow building right there? That's Greyfriars Kirkyard. You can see, look at the fog moving. Can you see that? Can you see the fog moving? It's a foggy day. So here it is. It's not much, I know. This is us literally at the top of the Royal Mile here. Just turn right as soon as you get here. This is the fountain to commemorate all these poor ladies who were killed for being a witch. There is a plaque. Let's have a read. This fountain, designed by John Duncan, RSA, is near the site on which many witches were burned at the stake. The wicked head and serene head signify that some used their exceptional knowledge for evil purposes, while others were misunderstood and wished their kind nothing but good. The serpent has the dual significance of evil and of wisdom. The Foxglove display further emphasises the dual purpose of many common objects. So there you have it. So just down from that, obviously, is the Witchery Restaurant, and quite obvious why it's called the Witchery Restaurant, because like I said, near here somewhere, over almost 300 women burned at the stake. There's a history to be proud of, folks. There we have it. Named for the witches. So, I've taken a wee left-hand turn, right from opposite the Witchery Restaurant. Witchery Restaurant's right at the top of that road there, because we're going to go down to the Nor Loch, because lots of witchy stuff happened there. And here we are, looking down at where the Nor Loch was. That's the mound there, going from Princes Street up and round to the Royal Mile. That is half of Princes Street Gardens that's right in front of Edinburgh Castle, looking down at it. Mound there, and then the second half of Princes Street Gardens there, okay? So that, because remember this here was built actually out of the rubble that was used to build Princes Street. So when they were building Princes Street, all the rubble was mounded here, which is why it's called the Mound, to make this road to join Princes Street up to the Royal Mile. That's beside the point, but this was all one big loch. So we'd go through there, that wouldn't be there, like I said, and it would just be one big loch down to roughly, I think roughly about the middle of Waverley train station. I'm going to guess round about here somewhere, because I'm guessing it would mostly come down from the, I don't know, not a historian. I'm going to guess probably round about this site-ish. They would have came down from the castle where the trials were, and then they would have done the witch trial-ish part here at the Nor Loch. Don't know how deep it was. I don't think it came up to where as high as I am. So what they would do is they would get these poor women, they would tie their thumbs together, they would tie their toes together, they would tie their thumbs to their toes, and then they would throw them in the Nor Loch. That's just one of the many ways they did it. If they sank and drowned, then they were innocent. If, however, they floated, then that was proof that the devil was saving them and they were burned at the stake. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation there. It doesn't, considering how religious and religiously driven this was, I don't see how the same argument could have been made to say, well, is it not God saving them? Why is it the devil saving them? Obviously that way over their heads, that one. Let's go see where some of them were hung. First stop, Grassmarket. You know this already, we've been down here a lot recently, it feels like. But hangings. Hangings were commonplace anyway here, but it is one of the places that people would be hung for being a witch. Now remember though, you would get hung in Edinburgh for loads of different things. Hangings happened all the time. It was, it sounds horrible, but it was the main form of entertainment. No television, there's no radio, not even really much spectator sport, if any. In fact, hanging was the spectator sport. Everyone would gather. There would be crowds and crowds to see the hangings. It would happen a couple of times a day in various points. So there would be hangings and burnings on the castle. There would be hangings down the Grassmarket. We're going to head back up to the Royal Mile now. So next site where there are hangings now, to give you a bit of bearings. Castle's just there. I'm back in the Royal Mile. There's Deacon Brodie's pub. If you go just right where those buses are, that's Victoria Street, take it to Grassmarket. So we are a stone's throw away. And on the ground, there's a gold brick. Right here. Not very glamorous. There we go, look. There is Deacon Brodie's pub. And there's the gold bricks. And that marks a spot where people would get hung and killed. Granted, hung and killed for various reasons, not just witchcraft. But one of the reasons. And then if we literally, St Giles Cathedral, right here, if we go to the opposite side of St Giles Cathedral, just to the back of it, give you your bearings, Mary King's Close there, J.K. Rowling's handprints there. This is where Scarlet Witch totally destroyed the place during, you know, Thanos and Infinity War stuff. And this is the Market Cross. Hangings here as well. So we're just at the back. You can see where the hangings were there, and then you can see where the other hangings were, and you can see where the flame burning from the witches. So yeah, lots and lots. And I'm taking a little bit artistic license, I know, because these hangings were for all reasons, not just witchcraft. Loads of reasons, almost anything. But there was a lot, and that's not the only spots in Edinburgh where they would happen. That's just ones right here. So lots of hangings. If you want to learn more about this sort of stuff while you're here, you're in luck, because there's, like I said, there are loads and loads of walking tours around Edinburgh, and they will tell you more of the stories, actual stories about it. I'm just telling you some random facts, but they will tell you some stories of some of the witches and things like that. Don't be shy to go up to the people and ask and say, what does this tour cover? Does it cover this? Does it cover that? If there's anything particularly you want to know. So don't be shy. Ask them and they will help you out. even though the big bulk of the witch trials happened from 1500s to the 1800s, the biggest perpetuator person that caused the height of it was King James VI of Scotland and First of England, Mary Queen of Scots' son. He had a big thing to, like, if you really actually look at him, he had a big influence on the way the British and probably a knock-on effect the rest of the world had because of his rulings. But he had a big thing about witchcraft. Really didn't like it. There's loads of stories about his witch trials all about the country. I'm not going to go into them because you might hear them on the tours, and I don't, like I've said before, I don't want to ruin tours. But if you're interested, look up King James VI and the witch hunts. Lots of history there. But I think that will do us today, guys. As always, please, you know, do the like thing, do the subscribe thing. Apparently as well, you see the bell beside the subscribe button on your thing. If you press that, then you will get notifications every time I upload a video. Isn't that nice? Or if I put something on the community bit on the YouTube channel. So press that if you've subscribed already. Press the notification button as well. But yeah, leave comments. Let me know how you're getting on. And till next time, bye humans.